What would you do if the woman you loved was secretly funding her affair with charity money? The glowing screen of my phone at 2 a.m., illuminating a text from an unknown number, shattered my world. It was a picture. My wife Sarah, laughing, her arm around a man I recognized, the street musician. My blood ran cold, a silent scream trapped in my throat. This wasn't just about cheating, it was about mocking me. The first crack in our perfect facade appeared subtly, like a hairline fracture in glass. Sarah started coming home later, her excuses growing increasingly elaborate. Her phone, once left carelessly, became a guarded secret. Always face down, always within reach. She'd disappear into the bedroom for hushed calls, her voice a low murmur I couldn't quite decipher. Then came the money. Small amounts at first, withdrawn from our joint account. For the homeless shelter, she'd say, her eyes a little too bright. That street musician Mark, he's struggling. I admired her compassion, her desire to make a difference. I never questioned it. Why would I? She was my wife. The slow discovery was agonizing. 1,000 tiny cuts. One evening, her phone buzzed. A text from Mark. Curiosity, a serpent I'd tried to keep caged, finally broke free. I picked it up. Can't wait for our next charity meeting, babe. Your husband's generosity is truly inspiring. The world tilted. My hands trembled as I scrolled. A sickening montage of flirtatious messages, secret rendezvous, and explicit photos unfolding before my eyes. The charity was a lie. The struggling musician was her lover, Sar. Once my loving partner transformed into a cold, manipulative stranger. When I confronted her, she denied everything, then twisted the narrative, accusing me of being paranoid. Her arrogance was breathtaking. She made me feel like the villain, gaslighting me until I questioned my sanity. The affair partner, Mark, a smug, greasy-haired man I'd seen busking near our apartment in downtown Los Angeles. I'd even given him a $20 bill once, feeling a pang of sympathy. Now that memory burned like acid. I broke, not outwardly, but internally. The man who believed in love crumbled into dust. I spent nights staring at the ceiling of our penthouse apartment overlooking Central Park, the city lights mocking my dreams. The humiliation was a physical weight, crushing my chest. But from the ashes of my broken heart, a plan formed. I became a ghost in my own home, a silent observer. Every late night, every hushed call, I documented. I hired a private investigator, a discreet woman named Alina, who worked out of a nondescript office. Her reports were meticulous, filled with timestamps, addresses, and damning photographs. Sarah and Mark, meeting at the Hotel Figueroa in Los Angeles, sharing intimate dinners in Miami, even a weekend getaway to a charming bed and breakfast in a quiet New York town. I gathered financial records, call logs, and security footage from our building. I learned about Mark's real life, not the struggling artist, but a trust fund kid playing at poverty. My revenge wasn't about anger, it was about precision. I consulted with a divorce attorney, Ms. Davies, whose office on Wall Street had a view of the Statue of Liberty. I'll hit her where it hurts. Financially, socially, and legally. I also started subtly spreading rumors within our social circle. I anonymously tipped off a local investigative journalist about a charity fraud involving a prominent socialite. The traps were set, invisible threads woven into the fabric of their lives. The public exposure was brutal, swift, and utterly devastating. It began with a scathing article. Then came the divorce papers, served to Sarah at a high-profile charity gala she was co-hosting. The allegations of adultery, financial misconduct, and emotional distress were laid bare for all to see. The social media storm was immediate and merciless. Friends, once fawning, turned their backs. Her carefully constructed image of a compassionate, philanthropic woman shattered into a million pieces. The final blow came in the courtroom, a sterile, unforgiving space in downtown Chicago. The evidence I had meticulously gathered was overwhelming. The judge ruled decisively. Sarah lost everything: her reputation, her social standing, and a significant portion of her assets. Mark, facing charges of fraud and extortion, fled the city, his smug grin replaced by a desperate face. Sarah was left with nothing but the wreckage of her own making, a pariah in the circles she once dominated. I saw her once more, months later, on a cold, rainy evening in New York City. She was sitting on a park bench in Washington Square Park, huddled against the chill, her once vibrant clothes now faded. She looked up as I passed, her eyes hollow, devoid of the arrogance I once knew. She didn't speak, and neither did I. There was nothing left to say. The revenge was complete, but the victory felt hollow, leaving only a profound emptiness.